You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.
You're tapped in, so let's get right to it. I have some content I want to share with you guys on Tapped. It regards or concerns an individual, Killer Mike. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys are familiar with his name. He's from down south, but he is what he describes himself as an activist, you know, a grassroots kind of guy, maybe even a revolutionary to some extent, but very progressive in terms of supporting Black causes. One of the things he does most that I'm aware of is he tries to get out the vote. You know, this is something that I'm familiar with him speaking about. The issue that concerns him is exactly that. It has to do with the recent SCOTUS decision in regards to the 1965 Voting Rights Act. It has been gutted or pretty much rescinded. They have decided to allow Republicans to redraw district lines. And what that entails or what that involves is drawing Republican district lines, vote, you know, areas that are probably or predominantly Black or Democratic, going in and taking some of that or redrawing the lines, making the Republican or that red, you know, those red lines a little deeper or bigger than what they were. That what that does in effect is kind of nullifies or makes it harder for Democrats to vote a certain way because they're in a certain district. So that would make them have to go to another area if they're able to cast a vote. So that being said, Killer Mike is up in arms about this. He's very upset. He's very upset. Now, be that as it may, all right, we should know, those of us in our communities and in these neighborhoods should know that the vote is under attack, all right? So that should be no mystery. In fact, had we been paying attention, had we been focused on those issues that truly matter, if they matter to you, voting, for instance, or in particular, I'm not a supporter of voting. I don't think voting actually does anything, but hey, that's my opinion. But for those of you who are very interested in it and think that this is a thing, then yeah, you should have been more aware or conscious in terms of what was coming down the pipes and how the Republican Party would looking to gerrymander or redraw, you know, districts, you know what I mean, voting districts and things of that nature. You guys weren't, and obviously they knew it, and they were able to pass through or get the Supreme Court to go in favor of what they wanted to do. All right. And that's what they did. Supreme Court. They decided, you know, in favor of, you know, actually just gerrymandering, you know, redrawing district lines. So that happened. Killer Mike is up in arms. So my guy, I am the amazing Lucas. He's a content creator, very intelligent brother. I tell you, I subscribe, you know, I look at the majority of his stuff. Haven't joined, but I subscribe. I watch most of his stuff. Oh my God, he went on his guy in such a way that it made just all the sense in the world to me. But it was done in such a way that it didn't just, it wasn't just directed at Killer Mike. It was directed at individuals just like Killer Mike, all right? But I can't explain it better than I am amazing Lucas can. This is why I brought this content in here. And you guys got to see this. I tell you, it will open your eyes to a lot of things, all right? See, because, you know, they have us so distracted and confused about what's really going on. And then we have those individuals come from our communities, our neighborhoods, who help them to confuse us further. Everything's a mess. All right, so let me drop this for you guys because I'm telling you, you will find it interesting as much as I have, all right? Before we do, please like, share, follow, and subscribe to TAP, the Art of Political Discourse. We appreciate you guys' participation and viewership. We also ask that you help get these subs up, help bringing them subscribers, help them get them to like and share this as well, all right? This is great content, and I think it's worth the while. So courtesy of I Am Amazing Lucas, and this title he has is Killer Mike Tried to Warn Black Voters. It backfired. Let's get it.
This should have happened a long time ago. Oh my goodness. So unless you've had your head in the sand, I'm sure you're well aware that Killer Mike has been getting cooked, okay? He's been getting roasted, filleted, bruh, online. And it all started with this video that he put out in regards to the Voting Rights Act. He's talking about, oh, you know, Voting Rights Act passed, you know, they completely gutted, you know, Civil Rights Act, you know, whoop-de-whoop, they trying to get us, they trying to stop us from voting.
Hey, what's up? Onyx Impact, Black Male Initiative. This is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render. 1965 Voters' Rights Act just got gutted. They gutted it. They literally eviscerated it, and it's now trying to make it easier, or allowed it to be easier, for states to redraw district lines to annex those most in need out. This is not just Black people and African Americans. This is poor people. So based on where you are, the more poor people are, they can chop you up. They can make sure you aren't voting on the behalf of the poor and the interests. They can make sure that it affects your schools. They can make sure it affects your jobs. They can make sure it affects every part of your life.
Now, here's the thing. Most people agreed with the video. People are like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. But then they started pulling receipts, okay? They were people were like, wait, hold on. Is that Killer Mike? That can't be the same guy that in 2024 during the election of Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump, that he was very tepid when it came to Kamala Harris. That he was like, hey, just because you're Black doesn't guarantee you the vote. Now, I always love when people say stuff like that because they always bring that up when they don't want to vote for somebody. Beta. Because never in the history of this country has anyone said, hey, if you're Black, I deserve your vote. The only person that has ever said that has been Biden.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't Black.
Wow.
And he said that in jest, okay? And he got flamed for that. Just so we're clear, he got flamed for that.
No, he did not say it in jest, though. He was dead serious. This old racist dog, he was dead serious. That was not in jest. He meant every word of what he said. But I have an opinion about voting. I'll get to that shortly. But Biden was serious when he said that. If you didn't vote for him, you weren't Black.
But that being said, when you talk about Kamala Harris, especially given the whole bull crap of, oh, is she Black? Is she Indian? All the nonsense, for you to come out and say something like that, come on now. Now, what they love to do is the same thing that, you know, ADOS, fulfillment by Amazon, the rest of these fringe groups of people love to do. And that is they love to say, well, I didn't say I was voting for Trump. I never endorsed Trump. And this very much reminds me of, you know, Batman Begins. Like, I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you.
And it's like, bruh, if you're lambasting one candidate over and over and over again, then by default, right, you are giving tacit approval to the other candidate.
He's got a point, you know.
If you're saying, oh, you know what, I prefer, you know, Bernie and everything, you know, I don't know who would be better, Trump or Kamala. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, Kamala, she's not going to get it because she's Black. That's all I'm saying. It's like, bro, we know what you are. we know what you are. It's okay. We know what you about. And then people were lambasting him when it came to Abrams, right? And how he was seen, you know, meeting with Brian Kemp after Brian Kemp was accused of basically rigging and stealing the election. Regardless of whether or not you believe that, it's not a good look. And then he comes out and is like, you know what? I believe Kemp is a principled human being and everything. And it's just like, bro, what's going on here, fam? Kemp, really? Really? Did you ask Kemp about reparations? What do he have to say about that? What's his take when it comes to reparations and everything? And he's like, oh, we got to appreciate him for the Black outreach that he's doing. And here's the thing. What is now happening is that many Black people, it's about time, a little late, but, you know, better late than never, are coming out and like, yo, listen, Killer Mike, shut up. That's it. Shut your mouth. Close it. Zip it. We don't want to hear anything from you, pimpin', because you, just like other people similar to you, are the reason we are in this predicament to begin with.
Well, that's part of it. Now, this is my segue into what I want to say in terms of voting. I think that, yeah, that's part of it. A lot of us are in the position we're in because we have individuals like that who sit up and, advocate, for us to vote for certain people or not to vote for certain people, and it be the wrong choice. But I think that the choice is made or is wrong when we decide to vote for individuals who does nothing for us first. And a lot of these candidates are already in office, have already been in office. And a lot of us we tend to not look around our areas, our communities and our neighborhoods to see what this individual has done for our vote. That's the problem. That's the problem. We don't dispense our votes as though they are transactions. All right. See, and most demographics do that. Their votes are transactional. Trust that. Trust that. Go to Chinatown, Little Italy, Bangladesh, Mexico, wherever, hey, Little Israel, wherever their votes are transactional. We make the mistake by not making it known that our votes are transactional. They are transactional, all right? And that's where we mess up at. We don't tell them, hey, okay, you've been here 4 years. Your first 2, we gave you a break. You've been here 4 now. We haven't seen any progress in our communities, and you campaigned on, doing something good for the community, bringing in, jobs, bringing in facilities for the youth, helping the homeless, things of that nature. We don't see any of this. That's because the vote wasn't transactional. We didn't attach a transaction to our vote. So our opinion here at TAPT is in order to get our vote, it should be a transaction attached to it. And that transaction needs to be in place. It needs to be up and running before you come campaigning for my vote or our votes. Oh, you want our votes? Then you need to start your work for us way before this campaign cycle starts. That's how you deal with that, But hey, I'm just saying. Let's get back to this clip.
He's out of line, but he's right.
But I'm right.
I agree. I have no problem with that message. Good job, Black people. Let's go. Let's go. But here's the issue. There's always an issue because I'm like, bruh, this should have been the position that we took ages ago. Mm-hmm. I've been a firm advocate of going up into Lil Wayne's, Jay-Z's, all the NFL players, all the NBA players, going up in there and protesting them, bro. Okay? That's where, honestly, instead of protesting, I don't know, on the streets, you need to protest the people who are part of the community, right?
Get this point, though. Again, it wasn't just directed at Big Mike or Killer Mike. This is where the point really makes sense. It comes home.
You're part of Black people, are you not? Aren't you Black American? Don't you live in the United States? What are you doing?
Pathetic.
Why are you wasting your money getting cars? Why are you wasting your money getting chains when your people are starving? Why are you wasting your money on chains when your people need help right now? All right? You helping your people is only going to help you in return, fam. Unless you want to end up, and I always bring up this story, Terrell Owens. Now you up, along around other people who don't look like you, don't like you, don't want them, they don't want you in their neighborhood.
He ran the stop sign.
Well, there is no stop sign. What are you talking about?
I understand.
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're going to yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your fucking car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man approaching a white woman.
First of all, you had your boy right here, your husband right here. So first of all, I don't do that type of stuff.
Right quick. Florida prosecutors dropped charges against Karen, who called police on NFL legend Terrell Owens and was later accused of lying to cops about racially charged incident.
They They've never wanted you in their neighborhood, okay? We can go all the way back to when they were talking about segregation and they were spitting on black kids and everything. But this is what they do.
What do you think of black people?
I don't like them.
Why?
I really don't. Because I just think that they're always looking out to make trouble.
They think that they got some money that they're going to get accepted. They think that they, as Paul Mooney would say, they got the complexion for the protection. You don't.
And that's the mindset of a lot of our brothers and sisters. And, you know, they're worse off than a lot of people they point the fingers at in regards to us and what we're going through in our neighborhoods or our communities. But what are they doing?
All right, you don't. And you know what? And the issue when it comes to Killer Mike and all this, Killer Mike and many of these people have already told you what it is. That's what they've already told you. They already told.
Another great point. Pay attention. This is for the people.
Told you. There's a video, an interview of him with Shannon Sharp. He's like, listen, like the old people said, I got mine, you get yours.
You know, I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn how you feel. Because I got mine. The old people, you say something to South, I got mine, you got to get yours.
I got a nice wife, okay, who looks like a stripper. I got a whole bunch of property. I got some land, okay? I got all muscle cars and everything.
I'm good. I everything I've ever wanted, I got. I got a wife shaped like a stripper. I got all fast muscle cars. I got some German cars in there. Yeah. My house paid for. My warehouses and buildings paid for. I can sit back, take a month off, and live off the rents that I charge people. I am rich.
I miss you like a hog miss flop, like a baby miss mammy titty.
So y'all, no matter what you say about me, what you try to do or throw at me, I don't give a damn. Don't matter to me. I'm good.
Listen how he's talking about.
Wow.
I got. Listen. So the fact that you would even put any type of hope or faith into someone like that, who's got the me monster bug, he's got the me monster virus. Me. I got. You get yours. And if that mindset, you have to understand that I got mine, you get yours, bro. How you gonna have a community with that?
How is he even talking to us or trying to get us to do anything when he's talking like that? That's a great point. But we see the Killer Mikes all over the country. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And as a result of this me bug, this me monster, our communities are in disarray. You know, because individuals say, hey, man, I got mine. You get yours. You know, Madison took care of me. I'm straight. You got to do what I did, you know. And we look for outsiders to help us. We look to the government to help us before we look to our own people or before we'll attack our own people about the same things we'll go in on the government about. Same stuff. You're not taking care of us. You're not helping us, you know. But it's a mentality that was developed, that was adopted in a lot of the minds of these individuals, our Black brothers and sisters. And that mentality is something they got from, that indoctrination comes from, guess who? Republicans. Lift yourself up by your bootstraps, you know? Don't ask for nothing. Brothers don't want to give you nothing, you know? Democrats want to make you dependent. Republicans don't want to, they want to see you independent, but they don't want to see you with nothing that they can't take back from you. Go catch 22 there, huh?
How do you build with that mindset? You don't. And that's the entire point. Damn. You don't build. You don't grow. You don't have any leverage.
And he's trying to act like he's trying to build some type of foundation. Voting blocks, everything else he's trying to build, but this is not his mindset. That's not his nature for real.
Don't get any power. You don't get any resources. What happens with that mindset is that you get a little sprinkle of these boule Negroes that, you know, as long as they tap dance and do their jig and jazz hands, okay, they get rewarded. And guess what? Because they have that me mindset, those rewards don't get trickled down to the community. Those rewards don't impact the neighborhoods or your children, the education, healthcare, medical. None of that happens. It stays with them. And they look at you, well, I did it myself. You can do it too. What does it sound like? What does that sound? Very similar to what the Republicans say, right? The whole lift yourself up by the bootstraps until we actually do it. And they want to destroy the bootstraps along with everything else.
Wake up, nigga.
Isn't that interesting? I find that to be fascinating. So you have to understand, these are who these people are. They are a product of their environment being the United States of America, which has always been against you. You have to understand there has to be some reconditioning going on. There has to be some re-education going on to get the anti-Black mentality and a lot of the patterns, a lot of the traits that you have been presented with via school, via work, right? Via friends and family being in this country as a positive, because it's not a positive for you, it's a positive for them.
Message.
Message.
As long as it causes chaos, division, okay, just as they come to do, the lineage of evil, kill, steal, and destroy, as long as that causes that as an outcome, that's a W for them, not a W for you. You may think you're winning, but in the long run, you're losing.
Ironic.
That's what the Voting Rights Act and everything that's going on right now, that's what it should tell you. You may think you're winning in the short term. Yeah, I'm up. But in the long term, you're losing. Killer Mike's going to lose in the long term. Best believe it. As they all do. As they all do. They think they're safe and secured, and you know what, I got mine, and thank, the white daddy that gave it to me and everything. And then sure enough, boom. Just by them giving it to you, they can take it away. Absolutely 100%. So now you live in your life in fear. And that fear, what do you do with that? You sure as heck not thinking about, well, let me help my other people. Let's each one teach one. That's not.
No, what they do is they make sure they stick to the script. They don't come outside the parameters that was set for them. They stay in those parameters, that box that they've been placed in. We have too many examples to point to this. Anytime one of our brothers and sisters come out of character, come out of that box or those parameters, they shut them down. They'll put them in jail. They'll take their money or they'll kill them. It's just where it is. So in fear, a lot of them stay in their place. The theory is they don't want to lose everything that was given to them, because actually, truthfully, none of it is theirs. None of it is theirs. It was given to them, by a system that gives and takes.
Now, what you're doing, you're looking to now exploit. Mm-hmm. You're looking to exploit and extrapolate from your own, which is what a lot of these hustlers and grifters do. Damn. And the cycle continues. All right. So you have to understand that mindset is poison. It's poison to any type of empowerment, to any type of, community, to any of that. You got a neighborhood, not a community, because they taught you to hate you. They taught you to fear you more than you fear them. So if it was up to me, all the protesting, all the rioting, which I don't advocate for, but all of it would be in their neighborhoods. It would be in their houses. It would be next to their children, next to where they live, next to where they sleep, so they can feel the pain of their people, because they want to isolate themselves and they think they're so insulated by getting a pat on the head by Massa that, hey, I'm untouchable because Massa done pat me on the head. No, you're not. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think.
All right. I think it was a superb video. And hey, kudos to man. I am amazing, Lucas. Great job, man. Great piece of content, I think. Yeah. Go check his channel out, if you will. Very insightful guy. Like I said, very intelligent. But the point he made, I think, was exquisite. It was a great point. And this is what we see in our neighborhoods, our communities. These guys, they sit up and they talk that stuff. They're hustlers. They're grifters. They'll talk that stuff. And really what they're doing is just really lining up the masses to go and serve like they are serving, keep us in line for them so that they keep their stuff, their things. Again, tell us what you think in the comments. I thought that was a very interesting piece. Put your thoughts in the comments, all right? Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.